What is your name and status at school?
My name is Shannon Bostic. I am a freshman at Eastern Kentucky University, and I live with a condition called POTS.
How did you develop POTS? What was the story behind that?
In January 2022, I went on a youth group trip to Tennessee. I got COVID from there, and in May 2022, I had my first migraine. Since then, it has really been a journey. I developed tachycardia in September 2022. I went to multiple doctors. Some said that it was absent seizures. Some said that it was a pain response to my migraines, and there were some who said that I had sleep apnea. All of those ended up being wrong. I feel like I am letting everybody around me down, and I feel like I am a burden. Like, I want to do fun things with them, I do. But I am so afraid. I will have an episode, and I'm afraid.
On September 3rd of this year, Shannon had her first major on-campus POTS episode during the class social. May you please describe that moment and your involvement? Tell me the story from your perspective.
So we had just gotten done taking pictures for our out-of-classroom experience. We had just taken one with Dr. King. And Shannon had looked over at Olivia, and she'd said something, and I was like, what's going on?
And the next thing I know, Shannon goes absolutely silent, and she exits the classroom and goes and sits in the hallway, which was not like Shannon at all. So I was a little freaked out, and I followed her out there, and one thing led to another. It was very quick. She began getting nauseous and dizzy, and she eventually passed out.
Dr. Whitehouse tapped on me and asked me to come over because she remembers that I was a paramedic, and that's when I saw something was going on, and it's like, oh, did she faint? Did she know? I didn't know all the details.
But then I quickly started to notice that there was something else going on. So Professor Randolph was present, Professor Cogdell, and Dr. Whitehouse, and so we were kind of alerted that there was something else going on, and Shannon was in need of some medical attention and to make sure she was okay.
Each one is completely terrifying. I feel like my body has let me down. You know how, like, as a kid, you imagine how your life will be when you're older and how your college experience is gonna be?
Yep.
This is not what I imagined. The walk to class is very awful. It's not fun to come to class constantly in a flare of symptoms.
She's got a very bubbly personality when she's not being a pain in the butt. So you can just see something in her face. She starts to look a little bit more groggy, a little bit less comfortable. And so it's a little easier to be able to tell.
I think one of her scariest episodes was she was rolling back her eyes and shaking and seizing, and I was like, Dr. King, oh my God. I don't know, I wish I would have been more prepared, because she's my friend, scared in that situation. I just wanted to make sure I was there and making sure that she was good.
I want you to imagine this scenario. You go to sleep one night and you wake up with your life changed. Now I bet that most of you imagined becoming rich or becoming famous overnight. But I bet that none of you imagined developing a chronic illness. On May 23rd, 2022, I went to sleep completely normal. It is extremely hard to educate people about POTS, mainly because they don't know about it. And then there are a lot of people actually who don't care to know about it. They don't want to learn about it, and that is making it extremely difficult. Now,
I basically just keep telling her I'm here and telling her that it's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be okay. Usually I wait with her until like EMS comes and I make sure I get like her ID out and like insurance cards and stuff from her bag. Really just making sure I can do everything to make sure she's comfortable whenever she has her episodes and then whenever the first responders get there.
And then of course after, she needs a lot of extra care, so I feed her, give her fluids, ensure she has enough sodium in her, and then I encourage her to rest. And I always leave my door unlocked in case she needs me, so she always has a way to get a hold of me.
one thing that being chronically ill has taught me is that to be seen is not to be heard.